Hi, this is Annie and welcome to Give Me Lemons. Today I'm going to show you how to make what I like to call garbage stock. It's taking what you'd normally toss into the trash and turning it into a useful and flavorful stock that you can add to things like sauces, soups, and curries. This way you always have free stock on hand, and this is actually a completely common practice in good restaurant kitchens, especially if the chef cares about food waste. So let's get to it. Let me first show you my stash of kitchen scraps. If you saw my kale and quinoa salad video, you saw me toss my shallot scraps into a Ziploc bag and save it in the freezer. I do this throughout the week with onions, garlic, carrots, celery, and scallions. This makes a pretty good neutral base stock. Once I have a pretty full bag, I'll dump it into a big pot that holds about 5 liters. You can save that bag again in the freezer and reuse it. I throw in some peppercorns and a bay leaf, and for an added punch of umami, a piece of kombu. If I find there's too much of one flavor, like onions like I have here, I'll add an extra carrot or celery, just roughly chopped. Add water about maybe 3/4 of the way up and let it come to a boil. Once it's bubbling, turn down the heat till the liquid is just singing, as we like to say. Cook this for about 1 to 1.5 hours, the amount of time it takes for flavors to be fully extracted from vegetables. While that's cooking, let me go over some other vegetables you can add to your scraps. Parsnips, celery roots, leeks, and parsley all have a mild enough flavor for a basic stock. By the way, I provided a link to a printable list of recommended vegetables in the description below, so you can reference it anytime you need. If you're one to take the mushroom stems off, you can save those too. I personally never understood why people do this except to make them easier to cut maybe. In any case, mushrooms, stems or whole, will add depth of flavor and umami to your broth. Stronger flavored vegetables and herbs such as fennel or rosemary, for example, are also possibilities, but just remember that whatever you add to the stock will impart some of that flavor into what you're going to cook it with. For example, if I'm making a curry, I wouldn't necessarily want the flavor of rosemary in my stock. But if you cook a lot of things that taste good with rosemary, maybe it makes sense to make a stock with it. Now let's see about that stock that was on the stove. So the vegetables look pretty spent, and all the flavors should be extracted by now. Strain it through a fine mesh sieve, then a cheesecloth if you want an extra clear broth, and then let it cool completely. You can use the stock right away or save it in the fridge for about a week. I like to save a container full in the freezer and some extra in ice cube trays for sauces. A word of note about the color: this garbage stock is always going to yield a dark color because of things like onion skins and mushrooms and dark parts of the leeks. That's why I wouldn't recommend it for something like risotto or light colored sauces, for example. Today I'm making a Turkish red lentil soup, and this stock is going to come in pretty handy. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please remember to give it a thumbs up below and subscribe for more tips and simple but delicious recipes. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.